ICC.
The Cannon.
The Cannon.
I'm just going to point that out. Mike gets Cannon.
Yeah. The Cannon, Michael Havens, creator of ICC Con. Welcome, brother. Thank you so much for
having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you
for running this room. You guys crush it. I've been watching it online late night, you know.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
Me, I sleep between the hours of, normally between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And then I work from 5 a.m. until 10 p.m.
There you go.
So you do
That's all you
sleep.
need.
Yeah.
Sleep for you is not a myth.
It's extremely regulated, but I do it every single night.
I'm assuming your wife is like, here, drink this. This tastes funny.
Well, you know what? It does always happen right after dinner. So maybe I am getting drugged and I just don't know it. I don't know.
I need you fresh tomorrow. Drink this.
So, brother, being the creator, watching your kid just grow and grow and grow, what has been the most fascinating thing you've seen this week?
The most fascinating thing. Well, I'll tell you, you know, it's a silly story, but I was picking up Ian McDermott, and we have this crazy Sprinter van that looks like a G7 on wheels. It's insane. Have you seen it? It's nuts. It even says the ultimate toy on the back, and I'm like, that's perfect. And so we get that, right, and my wife's driving, because it's the first night, and there's no, like, drivers or anything that we have going yet, because he came on early. And my wife's driving, and Tim, wherever Tim is, but he was in the front seat, security, and then I was in the back seat with Ian and his agent. And we put on Return of the Jedi on the TVs. This thing's got 2 TVs in it, and it's a van. And they're big ones, too. And so we got Return of the Jedi on, right? And we're just driving back to his hotel, and I'm like, oh, hey, thank you for coming. I go, oh, we got you on the TV. And he looks up, and he goes, oh, my goodness, you know? And I was like, that's so cool, because it's the Emperor. You figured he'd be like, you're not allowed to do that. And but he really didn't. It was nice. There were no electrical problems at all in the van, which was good. But anyway, we're watching the scene where he's walking down the ramp, and he goes, you see me walking that way, that became the Emperor's walk, because they had these contact lenses over my eyes with little tiny slits in them. And those little tiny slits only look directly ahead. So when he's walking down that ramp, he can't see where he's walking, he can't see the ramp, and he can't see David Prowse in the Darth Vader outfit. So his weird walk, the Emperor's walk, is only because he couldn't see anything and was just guessing. Walking
Wow. That's so...
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
It's really neat, man. But that was surreal, because I've been a Star Wars fan since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? I can, recite trivia and all the things. Go ahead, ask me whatever. I'll do it. And I'm like a legit nerd, and I'm sitting in something that, I've never been in a van like that. It's insanity. And I'm sitting in like these big fatty leather chairs hanging out with the Emperor, and he's like, well, the reason why I walked like that is because I couldn't see anything. I'm like, wow. You know, so surreal. Another one, you know what? I walked in to say hello to Anthony Daniels, because I didn't pick up Anthony. And he was in the green room, and they were eating. Anthony and the Emperor were sitting there eating lunch, not like younglings or anything, just steaks. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? Thank you very much for coming. I'm really happy to meet you, and thank you for giving us a shot. We know we're, they're not the biggest show in the world, but you guys are awesome, and we love you, and blah, 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 blah. And they were so nice. And then I just walked back a little, and it's C-3PO and the Emperor eating food that I'm paying for. And, for being a legit Star Wars nerd, it's a special experience.
I bet you turned around and went, worth it. Or, excuse me, the 7-year-old you turned around and went, worth it.
Yeah, totally worth it. It was all worth it. No, but it really is. And what really makes it special is, see, this year something changed. I don't know if it was the thing that happened with the award or if it was because of the guest stars we have, but something changed. And what changed is we became something where instead of me just having to do everything, the live videos, the speaking, the connecting, the posts, the Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Twitter, TikTok. Dear God, TikTok's awful. But still, I do it. Because you have to do it.
Can I get a yeah?
Showing up. But I do it. And the thing is it's been wonderful because I'm going on now and I'm just looking at people that are tagging it. They're tagging hashtag ICCCon everywhere.
Yeah.
They're tagging at ICCC Nashville. And I'm going on there, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on my Instagram, and I'm sliding through them. And they are legit people coming from far away, man. We have people here from Australia, from Spain, from California, from Canada. We got a Canadian group of collectors that have a club table.
Yes.
That's committed. And
Awesome.
it's just been happening more and more, and it's been less and less that I am doing to promote, whereas the people are getting behind it, and that it means so much. Because the thing is when you do something like this that on paper seems insane, and you just hemorrhage money, and it's insane. And then you have a wonderful wife that doesn't stop you, so you just keep doing it. And it's insane. And then as soon as people start going, well, you know what, it's kind of fun, it's not insane, then you know you weren't crazy the whole time. How nice is it to think you're nuts for like 10 years and then all of a sudden you're not?
Yeah.
So that happened like 3 days ago, so I'm super psyched.
Hey man, if you build it, they will come, and you
That's
have built
right.
something from the ground up that is just astronomical. I mean, even us in our podcast room, we tried to get it out last year, kind of what it is now. We wanted people of podcasts to come together and network, and everyone here is doing that, and you made that possible for us. This room has been filled all weekend long, and it's just been amazing talking to all these people. As long as we don't talk about fuel and Star Wars, we are fine. So I personally want to thank you for that.
Hey, man, honestly, if people like you didn't put in all their heart, time, and money, I mean, I look around this room and I see, what, 20 grand worth of mics that I sure as heck didn't pay for. So whoever, you know.
Jim, you didn't send the bill?
Thank you. No.
My wife's going to be pissed.
Tuesday, huh?
Let me just say before we jump off, one thing, because before we were a part of it, we were fans of the con. We were here, your first con. One of the things I've seen change is as it gets bigger, it gets more inclusive. Like I walked around the club room and I saw an aliens club.
Oh yeah.
And like
Battlestar.
Wow. Battlestar. Star Wars. Anything sci-fi you can find on the floor. You got cosplayers everywhere. You have clubs. You have vendors. You have activities. You have so much. You have things for kids. There is so much to do here. It's more than a con. It's an experience. I've been saying that since the first night.
Yes.
It's more than a convention. It's becoming an experience. It's almost like walking into a theme park. You just don't have the rides.
He brought you a zoo.
He brought a zoo. And speeder bikes.
And there
an
is an ATST in the middle of the show floor.
There really is. They didn't think we could fit it either. That thing is measured by the
I
inches.
didn't think when it came in, I was like, how is that going to get in
cutout
there?
up top, man? Because if you look at it, there's like a little cutout. Anywhere else in that room, it wouldn't fit.
And you know, one thing I forgot to mention, being a sports fan, and I bought one of their hoodies, is the Wampas hockey team is down the hall. That is so
Shout out to
awesome.
the Nashville Wampas. Yeah. We sponsor them. They're the con hockey team. So,
cool.
if you're ever watching the Nashville Wampas, check out for our logo. You'll see it on them. And go grab a shirt. Go grab an autograph. They're giving free autographs out there. Don't be crazy.
Yeah.
Go get one.
That's insane.
Yeah. And you have a toy store out there as well, Icy Toys.
That's my wonderful wife. My wonderful wife quit doing her real life controller job, and she said, I want to open a toy store. And she's always supported me with my craziness. So why shouldn't I? Right? And it's so nice. And I don't even know how to work. There's like this system with the iPad thing, and I do the code, and then I go in there, but there's a lot of apps, and I don't know how to work it. So what happens is, like, I'll be there covering, because she'll go grab lunch or something. And I'm sitting there, and somebody will come in with a collection. And now when somebody comes in with a collection, there's like this receipt you got to do, and then you got to put it into the computer over here, and then you got to do this. So what I've been doing, don't tell her. I know she's way too busy, so don't tell her. But if I'm there covering, I don't know how to do all those things.
Yeah.
So I just kind of take money out of my pocket and give it to the guy and hide the stuff in my truck.
And just tell her, hey, look what I bought.
No, I don't even tell her. I put it in the garage or in one of the storage units, and
They gave it to me.
Well, she told me today, because I've made a deal and I forgot, because I love buying Star Wars. So I bought a guy's collection that was bringing it to me at the con. So somebody showed up with like 8 boxes and was like, here to Andrea. And she's like, what did you do? and I'm like, oh, don't worry about it, babe. But I think those are actually in the room upstairs.
How are you gonna get all this home?
Well, I don't know. Well, I only live 15 minutes away, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the hook. You know, I'm not just the president of ICCCon. I'm also a client.
I mentioned that yesterday. I was like, you're like the Men's Warehouse guy.
Yeah, sure enough.
Speaking of, what have you had time to get a big purchase here this weekend? Like, no.
I haven't even seen what's out there. I mean,
Are you going to try to make time?
I will definitely. But I'll be honest, man. My priorities are number one, to make sure the fans have an absolutely perfect time.
Yeah.
And that doesn't usually afford the time for me to do that. Eventually, as we grow and grow and grow, and there's more volunteers, and everyone watching, come volunteer. But the more volunteers there are, the more time I have free, and that's why I'm able to sit with you wonderful gentlemen at noon on
I do
Saturday.
have to say, out of the 4 cons that I've been to that you've done, this is the most relaxed I think I've ever seen you.
Yeah, well, there's a lot
Set
more
the
people
face.
here last year. Well, if you think about it, last year.
Because last year we had to fight to get, like, well, I was like, whenever you have time, you're like, I'll make time. And it finally worked out perfect where you could come in, and now it's just like.
Well, last year was the COVID. And
Yeah,
we were
that's-
just like, we're not just going to do it. They were all like, here's a list of 8 billion impossible things you have to do to throw a convention right now. And we said, oh, thank you for the list. We'll make sure to do them all. And we did them all. And they were like, I didn't think you'd do that. So so then we did it. But that was the thing. Last year, this hotel was running on a skeleton crew.
That's
and
true.
my staff was running on a skeleton crew.
That's
So, yes, very limited time.
Yeah.
But it's been wonderful this year. There are so many people that are here. There are so many people that are coming. Free parking is completely packed out. There's no parking spaces
Which,
left.
thank you
free.
for
I'm
that.
sorry.
Thank you for that, too.
Yeah, no
adding
worries,
that for
dude.
this year, too.
Well,
I'm sure
I
the
wanna always
fans
keep
are
that.
enjoying that.
Well, see, everybody keeps asking me because it is so much bigger and crazy. They're like, what are you going to do next year? Because that's the first question. I'm like, you've been here 5 minutes. Enjoy the show. But I have been thinking about it, and I don't know. I'd like to keep this host hotel because they're very wonderful. They treat us wonderful. They treat you guys wonderful, and they let us get away with absolute murder at night. So I really love it here, but we're going to need a bigger venue. So I'm starting to think. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll throw this out to your listeners, and I'll throw it out to you. I'm thinking of maybe buying a building that's right outside of Davidson County, and then keeping this as the host hotel and running 3 buses all day back and forth from the host hotel. And then that way, we can get a lot of space, so I can put on a bigger show, and I could also have fireworks and food trucks because I'll own it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going for. So if you think that's a good idea, let us know. If you have a better idea,
I think
let us
that's
know.
an excellent idea.
Yeah.
I think the audience thinks it's an excellent idea,
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Well,
all
except that guy. He doesn't like it.
Well,
But we're kicking him out after, so we're fine. He's a wrestler. He's fine with it.
Well, see, I'll tell you, the thing is, everybody keeps asking me, I'm going to go down to the Music City Center. Music City Center, beautiful venue. The thing is they rent it out to Coca-Cola and the NFL draft. We're not in that game because they have somebody in 18th level middle management that will get a $400 million bill on their desk and sign it and then send it on. And in order to do that, you have to charge exorbitant prices. And I refuse to have my people coming here to this show and pay $500 a night for a hotel room and pay $45 a day to park and go, God forbid, eat downtown. We all eat downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You go out and it's nice. Sure, they got beautiful restaurants. I love Nashville. But if you think you're walking out for less than $45, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
So if we do that, it ends up hamstringing us. And then the vendors, God forbid, I look around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 power cables I see locally. Those 9 power cables at the Music City Center would cost me $50 a piece plus $15 for an install. Where does that money come from? It comes from the fans, and I refuse to do that. And we can do exactly what we do in any building with air conditioning.
Yeah.
And electricity and toilets.
And heat.
But yeah, and
In case you want to run
if you
it
do it in the winter.
in the winter.
Yeah.
So you heard it here. You
First,
have
yeah, there
a
you go.
creator that is a fan himself that created a convention for the fans.
Yes.
So that is the atmosphere that is here right now, and it is
And you can
all
feel it.
inclusive. There is so much here to do. There is so many things to be a part of. There's contests, there's video game contests, there's clubs to join, there's people to meet.
There's a cosplay contest tonight. Is it money on the line?
There's
Or
a
is
bunch
it-
of money. There's a trophy. There's a bunch of prizes. I think there's
Yeah.
VIP tickets to next year's conference.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's insane. And how many people?
Video game
Yes.
contest. There's we even have a swag competition for the best swag in show.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a nice
See, I
big
didn't even
trophy
know
for
about
that.
that.
And there's an after-hours concert tonight. Stephen Constantino's
Yes,
gonna
the
play.
the con men.
That's the wonderful thing that happens here. Okay, what happened last year is we put a band in the atrium because we don't know what the word convention means. So we have zoos and bands, and that's more fun. But we have a band in the atrium out by the pool, and out by the pool. Who does that?
Right.
But they play, and they get to play late now because we bought out the whole hotel. So what happened last year is Stephen Constantino, who played a Grammarian guard in Return of the Jedi, and Jeffrey Cantor, who is from Daredevil and Punisher. They happened to walk up on stage with our house band, and they started jamming out. And so they became the Con Men. I didn't know, but they stayed in touch over the year, and they kept working on it. And they started working on it with our house band, Mize in the Drive, that Lee Ramsey runs. And they ended up making a band, and they formed it. It's called the Con Men, and they have a T-shirt and everything in the store.
That's just
And it says, it says the Con Men and jamming at ICC Con since 2021. You know, so even the guest stars get in on it, and that's the kind of feeling it is, and that's what we try to portray. Yeah. Everybody's a collector and everybody's a fan. Nobody would become an actor if they didn't see a movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they love it too.
Right.
They just need a comfortable, safe place to love it too, and that's what we give them. And that's why, yes, we have a actual house band that will be on tonight. Go join them.
Oh, I'll be listening.
And it's just
With a little
full
drink
of
in my
movie
hand.
stars and whatnot. So that's fun too. And they can jam. They're like legit. It's not like I just put random movie stars up
there. There's still a lot of day left. So if you're out there, you're watching, and you're trying to figure out what to do with the rest of your day, come down. Join us. It's so much fun. There's so much to do. There's so much to be a part of. If you come here, you will make friends. And you will leave with lifelong friends, and you will come back,
Yes.
and this convention will keep growing and growing, and we can get Michael into his own building so that
right.
we can make this thing bigger than ever.
Well, see, then we can hardwire all your podcast stuff.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be nice? Jim's like, yeah, man. Give me
Yeah.
some top ceilings with some Ethernet cable. Let's
Oh,
go,
my
baby.
God. Mike, thank you again for stopping by, and thank you for jumping on with us real quick. And we know you're a busy man today. It's Saturday.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much for helping out. Thank you very much for running this room. Jim,
yes.
more than anything, my heart goes out to you. Thank you very much. All year long, this guy right here has crushed it. He has made promos. He has made sure you all have a place to go, and he makes sure this works.
Yeah.
That's what we don't pay him for in our podcast.
Well, this whole place is full of people that ain't getting paid for it. So.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks,
we
Mike.
appreciate
We
you joining
appreciate
us.
it.
ICCCon 2022, come down. We still have the rest of the weekend. We'll see you.